wrote these notes and I was pretty tired. Hopefully they're legible. But yeah, let's get started. Recap from last week. Jay and Teresa won the challenge and burned a lot of bridges. They are right now public enemy number 1, and people have kind of forgotten about the whole Fessy ordeal. There is something to be said about the recency effect. So whatever happens most recently has, you know, the biggest impact at the moment. And I think the whole Jay and Teresa thing made people kind of forget about what happened with Fessy. The elimination was Cam versus Ashley. Ashley goes home. Ashley was the house vote, and Teresa and Jay threw in Cam. Cam wins, and she stays with Kyle as a partner. Corey and Kyle are definitely pissed at Jay, and it sucks. I feel bad for Jay, but what happened last week was definitely better for Teresa than it was for Jay, because look, you know, everyone's mad at him and it's guys' elimination week. It's definitely a learning lesson for him. Nam is just like the sweetest dude. He's like, I like Jay a lot. He's like my friend, and you know, we have an alliance, but yeah, he messed up. And this whole thing with Jay could, you know, have an effect on Nam also possibly going into elimination. So CT and Teresa have a talk, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it definitely comes up later on. They talk about targeting Darrell. Apparently, this was the only time Teresa said something about targeting Darrell, and CT definitely, you know, he agreed with it because Darrell is a huge player. You know, I think he's won every final he's been in, and he's a beast at competitions, and he's just laying low. CT said Teresa is underrated and sneaky, and he is 100% right. But I think everybody caught on to her sneakiness. Fessy and Corey kind of have a heart-to-heart. And Corey's such a nice dude. He's just like, I don't even know what to believe. I don't think Fessy's a bad person, but I think everybody has to play this game. Fessy wants to mend their friendship because obviously you don't want enemies in this house. And yeah, of course, Fessy's doing it for the game. He has to mend this bridge or Corey's coming after him, which, you know, he's still going to come after him. This little talk isn't going to fix everything that happened. Devin does not trust Big Brother, which probably for good reason. They are an alliance in the house and they stick together. And they're good liars, typically. Devin wants to target them and break up that alliance, which, yeah, it's a smart move if they ever get around to doing it. Aerial takedown challenge. That was the challenge for this week. Involved helicopters and water. Anissa eliminated pretty quickly. I would not want Casey or Cam trying to get me off that cargo net. Casey wanted to prove herself. Cam wanted to win. So Big T dropped. No surprise. I mean, these girls are a lot bigger than her. And they're using their force. Cam eventually dropped and Casey was the last one there. I mean, you know, Nany was there as well, and Nany was putting up a fight. I was surprised that Nany was still up there. She definitely has heart and fight. Casey says that she's underestimated, and I'm just like, by who? Like, I'm pretty sure people think you're a good competitor. Have they talked about Casey and Nany, like their relationship? I feel like that hasn't been discussed, and last season they were pretty close. Guys did not do well in this challenge at all. They just didn't want it, I guess. And they were scared. The girls really fought for it. The guys, Kyle, Fessy, Darrell, Devin, and Nam all just held on and got disqualified. They didn't want to fight for it. Which, I mean, for someone like Nam that didn't want to go for it because he didn't want to put a bigger target on his back since nobody else was doing it, I totally understand that. Teresa was really trying to politic with the newbies, and it really seemed like they were just kind of brushing her off and just like, yeah, okay, stop talking. But I mean, they listened to her except for Amber B. They all dropped except for Amber B. Amber B was putting up a fight. Like, Amber M dropped pretty fast. Lolo dropped, which I'm like, Lolo would not be that easy to get off of there. Then Gabby, and yeah, Amber B heard that Darrell's name was being brought up and she didn't want her partner to go in, which is totally understandable. You cannot be upset at her for that. Teresa's trying to save Jay and Amber B's trying to save Darrell. Like, same thing. Ultimately, Amber B fell off and Teresa won that heat. For the second guy's heat, Leroy was trying to get Jay off. Didn't happen. Jay was holding on for dear life, as he should. The guys this round were disqualified as well. Jay, Lee, CT, Josh. Big T's comment on it was hilarious. She's like, the guys sucked and they let down the whole population of men. I honestly did expect more from them. I mean, it is the guys' elimination week. Even TJ was like, yeah, the girls killed it, but the guys, they sucked. And you know, TJ is not shy to say what he thinks. He's not shy to say when people suck. Top teams were Leroy and Casey, and Jay and Teresa because of, you know, Teresa and Casey's performance. And the winner won by 1 second. Jay and Teresa were just basically like cursing Amber B, like, why didn't you just let go? Casey and Leroy got it. So Big Brother alliance doesn't seem like it'll be separated this week. Then there's that whole beef between Amber B and Teresa, which is stupid. I think at this point, just be quiet and take it. Like, whatever happened last week happened, and now it's guys' elimination, and they're gonna come for Jay. There's not really anything Teresa can do. Just let it go. Like, you were caught saying Darrell's name, and that's it. Amber B was trying to save Darrell. You were trying to save Jay. Like, move past it. I feel like just trying to harp on it and talk about it just makes it worse. You kind of really have to lay low in this game and just let somebody else make a target of themselves. But yeah, this whole thing just really left Jay very isolated from the rest of the group, and it sucks. It sucks for him. Devin was up to his little games and decided to poke the bear, Fessy. Kyle joins in as well. Obviously, I knew it would get physical considering who was involved, and security had to get involved. Devin got what he wanted. He got a heated Fessy, and he got a response. He's just best to be ignored, because if not, you're just feeding into it. He knows what he's doing. It's just the question at that point, will this whole thing, Devin poking the bear, Fessy, Josh, that whole situation, take the heat off of Jay? I definitely think it could have been a lot worse, and someone obviously could have been sent home like they have in the past. Josh, of course, you know, he has to get involved too, and he threw water at Kyle, and Kyle flipped. Yeah, throwing water, food, anything, just, it always gets a response like that. And I was like, oh, CT had to be the one to bring logic, because, you know, CT is a huge hothead, and he's gotten in his fair share of fights in previous seasons. And he's like, Kyle, let it go. Like, Josh is a man-child, just, you know, let him just do it and move on. When Josh, like, kind of yeeted Devin, he, like, pushed him really hard, and Devin went, like, woo, like, flying. It was funny. It was definitely kind of a hard push. Casey's so melancholy and more of a subdued Big Brother player. So she's just like, why is my alliance like this? And is Amber B part of their alliance? Like, they've said it before that she was, but it doesn't really seem like she's kind of like the odd one out between, like, you know, Casey and Josh and Fessy. Teresa really tried to throw the heat on CT by saying that CT was the one that said the whole thing about Darrell, because he was the only one she spoke to about that plan. I don't think it has the effect that she wants it to. Yeah, I think people know CT's sneaky and he plays, but you still said it, Teresa. So Devin apologized to the whole house. You know, this is his effort. You know, don't throw me in, guys. Like, it's good to see Teresa try to save her partner and put in this last ditch effort by, you know, kind of throwing CT under the bus, but it's too little too late. Whatever happened last week, it played out, and now people are mad and they're gonna come after Jay. The votes looked pretty obvious when they were doing it. You could tell it was gonna be Jay and Teresa. Devin and Gabby also got votes. Lee was talking about going in so he could earn his skull, that he feels like this is the right time, that he wants to go against Jay, and if not, then it could be a possible nom vote in. I was stunned when TJ said that the guys that did not try in the challenge did not get a vote, and I was thinking of who would be involved in all of that. Like, let's say you tried, like Lee was trying to get Jay off. Does that count? You know, I was thinking, or does it only count if you got someone off? I don't know. But whatever, it still stayed the same because Jay and Teresa were still voted in. They were still the house vote, even with those votes not counting. Imagine if it changed. That would have been crazy. So ultimately, Leroy chose to go into elimination against Jay. It was the fire escape elimination, and I think they said it was made longer. I always wonder, do you have an advantage if you have done this before? I know people have excelled in it when they do it for the first time. Just a thought, if you have done it before, I guess you get some type of practice. I don't know if either one of them have done it before. For some reason, I thought Leroy had, but I'm not entirely sure. I feel like it kind of helps the longer you are, but I don't know, because then you have more weight to carry. I don't know. Watching this elimination made me extremely tired. I feel like I got to work out watching it, because it's like a full body move that you're doing. Leroy definitely went hard, was ready for it, played hard, went so fast. I felt like it was over so quickly. I was like, and Jay put up a fight, but Leroy was just like, I don't know if anybody could have gone faster than that. It was done in under a minute. Leroy won and he chose to stay with Casey. We see Cam being like, stay with Casey, like don't change partners. Teresa now paired with Corey. She's left wondering, is it a bad omen? Like, does that mean I'm going home since all of Corey's partners end up leaving? That thought, you know, would cross my mind too. Corey called her toxic tea, and I thought that was funny. Next episode, we see some mud challenge. They're gonna be getting all dirty. Lolo saying F you to Anissa, and CT being upset, and Big T just like, oh yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. That's it for my recap and reaction to this episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe.